Hello guys, it's Ben Spurs, 21 here back with another video for you, and this is my review of tonight's game as Tottenham Hotspur went 5 points clear at the top of the Premier League with a nervy, hard-fought 2-1 away win against Crystal Palce. Obviously it was a quick back-to-back turnaround for us, having played against Fulham on Monday night. Another London derby 4 days straight afterwards. A lot of question marks ahead of the lineup. Who would be turned around? We've been straight back into the team, having served his 1-game suspension against Fulham, so he was back in midfield in place of Højbjerg, and Ben Davies came in for Destiny Adoya at left back. But otherwise, the rest of the team remained unchanged. It was a difficult first half for us tonight, I should say. Struggled to get into a rhythm. We couldn't, as soon as our play got to the final third, we just couldn't create opportunities at all. Palace were defending, in a very solid formation. Always moved together, never left an opening. Palace had a couple of very good efforts that Vicario did very well to save from Ayew on a couple of occasions early on in the game. The one good bit of play between Son and Maddison, that we had in the first half ultimately led to nothing, and it was, it's a first half that we had become very accustomed to over the last few years, and it's often been pointed out, when teams defend low block and, defend as a group who's going to make the cutting pass to get through, but we couldn't find it in the first half, at least we couldn't. We didn't have any meaningful attempts, and, what Ange said after the Fulham game, that the second half there was the worst 45 of the season. I think it's fair to say the first half tonight was worse than that against Fulham. So nothing real of note, so it's 0 at half time. Into the second half, Palace have another half chance from Ayew before we eventually get the breakthrough with a little bit of luck as we finally some good passing on the right hand side. It gets played into Maddison, who twists and turns. He sort of half shoots crosses the ball. It's right across the face of the Palace goal. Joel tries to clear it, ricochets off of his shin into the back of his net for an own goal to give us the lead. Fortuitous didn't matter if the goal happened, but it was the first time the whole game we'd actually put some decent, attempt on. Although Palace do almost immediately equalise straight away with another good opportunity. That again, we were quite fortunate that both Olise and Eze weren't, arguably Palace's two best players were missing tonight, because it might have been a different story, but it did seem to go out of Palace for a little while, and we sort of controlled the ball a little bit more. And then eventually, finally, we show some quality, which leads to the second. Crystal Palce all the way from Sarr. Great look to the left-hand side. Great 1-2 play between Maddison and Brennan Johnson, who came on as a sub. Maddison lays it in for Johnson on the overlap, who cuts it back for Son, decided at home to make it 2-0. That goal, that was what we've seen all season. That was the one time tonight we actually put it all together. And then for most of the rest of the game, we did what we've done a lot of times this season, just saw the game out, not doing anything ridiculous, just keep it poor. We do have a really very good chance to make it 3-0 when Johnson gets sent away again on the right on the overlap, goes for the cutback, but Son's effort's blocked. Palace do get a goal back in injury time. Cross from the right-hand side goes all the way over Poro's head, who, could have done better, really. It forced Ayew, who finishes a nice finish. There was a question mark over it being a handball, but, and by the way, they took absolutely forever to review it. Like, if you can't decide in a minute, if you can't find evidence in 60 seconds, that there's any reason to disallow it, carry on. That's your time limit, as far as I'm concerned. But anyway, the goal eventually, after 5 years, gets given. And, Palace do try a late flurry, but eventually we do see the game out and we come away with the 3 points after a shaky, night's work. But they got the job done. It was a bit of a low-key night for everyone. Nobody really stood out as being amazing or anything. If anything, probably actually Vicario early on, kept us in the game pretty well. And the substitutes. Brilliant news that Rodrigo Bentancur's back for us. He came on right in for the last. Well, he came on 88 minutes. He ended up playing like 15 at the end, but absolutely brilliant to have him back in the fold. And given how good he was, before his injury, it's only going to make us stronger that he's back in the team, back in the squad, and that he's available. So that's obviously great news. And yeah, we're going to enjoy the weekend now, sitting 5 points clear at the top of the Premier League, which is nice. And now we have an entire week away from the football soon. Obviously, we don't play again until next Monday Night Football, which is, of course, against Mauricio Pochettino and Chelsea. That's going to be some night on many, many, many levels. And but we go in there with undefeated, 10 games, 8 wins, only 2 draws. I mean, it's an absolute dream start, for us. Are we going to get to a point soon where you almost we just sit there? Because I think any Spurs fan would agree with this, that we are often sit there wondering, okay, what's the thing that's going to go wrong? How long is it going to take for something to start spiraling? And are we just going to sit here waiting the whole thing and it just never recurs? Because really, there's been no sign of it. Yeah, no massive alarms. We're going to have games like tonight where, we're not really, at our A game at all. But, we're grinding and, with a combination of nice skill and a little bit of luck, we got the result. And, that's what you need at any level of sport, at any sport, especially at football. But yeah, anyway, enjoy the weekend, guys, as we head into November as the Premier League leaders. What did you make of all of the game? What were your thoughts of the game? How are you feeling about what's to come? Leave all of your thoughts as it goes down in the comment section below. If you're new to this channel, hello, don't forget to click like, share and subscribe and turn your notification bell. That way you'll always know when a new video of mine comes out. Anyway, thank you for watching, guys. I've been Best for 21. I will see you soon. And as always, come on, you Spurs.